है बादा मस्त बादा आशा में अहमदियत चलता है दौर मीना ओ जाम अहमदियत.
ठीक है. अच्छा, yeah, let's get into it. Qasim, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Qasim's got a few news items he wants to deliver. Good to see your camera on, mashallah. So it's me, Abir, and
Aslam, can everyone see this?
yeah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome to this week's K News. We have a whopping 10 more updates because a lot of changes were made this week. And one of the big ones is I can finally have my camera on. I didn't even realize that it's working now. So yeah, this will be a bit shorter. But yeah, let's get on with it. Uh, First, we have UK news. That you can see we have a new picture now. That's one of the updates. Uh, it has been quite slow, but we've only had about 46 million people in the UK who have had first dose, and only 35 is second dose, which is very quite slow. As of now, we have well over 260,000 people have had a confirmed positive COVID test, which is really huge, and it's a new wave, and it is causing quite a lot of issues in the hospitals. And as of now, just 4,000 patients are in a hospital with COVID, but that's just in COVID. There's more at home as well. As of last week, 1.5 million pupils in the school from secondary school and primary schools have actually been out. And what this is, it's a quarter of secondary pupils and 15% of primary pupils have actually been at home due to COVID outbreaks. If you think Hancock's dilemma ended, well, guess what? You're wrong. It's not. We are in week 5, and now homes have been raided in inquiry into Mac Hancock CCTV leaks, and they have seized computers after searches at 2 homes over the leakage of CCTV footage of the Mac Hancock and the affair. So we've yet to see what's to become of it. Informative news. I've also kind of rearranged some of them. Uh, EE aims for 5G coverage everywhere in the UK by 2028. Now this is good news. Have you ever seen in Jalsa you can barely just contact anyone? And it's so hard to get a signal. So especially during Jalsa, this will be groundbreaking news, and also maybe possible reasons for us to get EE and change to that, because now we can actually do stuff doing Jalsa.
Yeah.
And in some remote location, they'll be on demand delivered by portable cells, drone, and satellites as well. Entertainment news. Dilip Kumar, which is a legendary Bollywood actor, has died last week at the age of 98. Now, if you're from Pakistan, and you probably may know about this, I don't, but it's quite interesting. Also, Indiana Jones filming takes place in Glasgow. So there was a sort of parade, which is possible for a scene for the new Indiana Jones movie that's coming soon. Sports news. Euro 2021, yeah, Italy won. That's it. We don't need to talk about it. Now, how are England shaping up for 2022 World Cup in Qatar? So now England's being brave. They haven't given up, and they're in fact now training for the next tournament. And this will be in the Qatar in the winter of 2022. And they're aiming to go one stage further than they managed this summer, which means they're gonna go for the cup. Mo Farah, which is a 4-time Olympic champion, has a fractured foot, but he still wants to race again. He doesn't want this career to end. Now, honestly, this seems like this kind of brings me nostalgic feelings of Usain Bolt in 2015 when he did that clutch race against Gatlin. I feel like he's gonna pull off another one of just like Usain Bolt. Science news. Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson long-winding path to space. So just like SpaceX, how they're planning to bring people to space, Richard is also been going on a decade-long run and getting people to space. and it's like an 8-meter aircraft, and there's more testings being done to it. NASA's set to attempt the fix on Hubble's trouble. So there has been trouble in the NASA's Hubble telescope. Now, Hubble telescope is a very famous telescope, and it's known for capturing thousands of pictures about the universe. A lot of the pictures you might see are in fact from the Hubble telescope, and this has allowed us to research and learn a lot about space. And there has been some electrical issues in the telescopes, and they'll be requiring fixing. So how antibodies may cause rare blood clots after some COVID-19 vaccines. So as you will be well aware, there have been many cases and dilemma of vaccines causing clots, and there have been some research done on why that can occur. So what essentially has is, as you know, vaccines, they create antibodies, and these antibodies are what defends against pathogens and viruses when they enter our system. So what they do is they activate a molecule called protein factor 4, which can activate platelets and which causes clot. It's a series of many mechanisms, but it has been linked. But the chances of this occurring is in fact rare, and there's more research is being done to kind of see what it's about. Also, yeah, protein factor 4. Disaster news. There has been a lot of flooding in parts of Western Europe, and in Germany, at least 43 people have died and many more missing after severe floods have occurred there. And another 6 have died in Belgium, and Netherlands have also been affected. And there have been cities have been told to evacuate, and major rivers have burst their banks after record rainfall. In wildfires in Siberia, Russian army has sent waterbombing planes and also firefighters to support the thousands of firefighters battling huge wildfires in Siberia, which is a region known for its frozen tundras. But now, due to global warming, is sweltering under a heat wave. I mean, especially this year, you can clearly see the big impact global warming has had. I mean, we have Australian wildfires, we have weather in UK, thunderstorm, and the 50-degree temperature. All of this is finally being caused by global warming, and we're finally starting to see the impact, the change. Jamati news. As you know, today we just launched the new Great Western Revival book. I urge everyone to pre-order it, and also subscribe to Tag Magazine if you haven't already. Last week, Hazur held MKA games, one of a kind MK games, and there were 10 individual games, and there was also a leaderboard system, and they raised money for Mercy for Mankind and charity challenge. So a lot of people participated in it, and even Hazur came, which was really astonishing. And there's actually the next video is about this. But please just spare my while I do this.
Good stuff, Qasim, mashallah.
Yeah.
First event that was visited, I think, since the lockdown in person.
Can everyone see this? Can I confirm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Long time. I took part in the qualifying rounds for slow cycling, and at that time I had no clue that the finals will be in front of Huzur. And when I was told that, I was left astonished. And during the competition, I remember Huzur was to my left, and at the same time, while I was riding the bike, I wanted to look at Huzur, but then I was also focusing on the competition. But after the closing session, Sadr Sahib Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya called me and said that Hazur Yaktas has asked about me, asked for my name and if I'm Waqfin or not. And when I was told that, I just didn't know what to reply to Sadr Sahib. I was just still, I remember. And that just felt like all my problems had disappeared.
So yeah, although it was quite short, this was a very inspiring moment. And yeah, also for the MK Games, they mashallah raised over 23,000 pounds in the event. So it was a really successful event, and especially with Hazur coming to the final, that really lifted. One thing I do want to ask though, what do you do in slow bicycle race? I don't I never
So,
understood how
so
did
this
that work.
actually, Qasim, this started actually from when we were kids in Islamabad. There was something called a Tilford Fete, where all of Islamabad would join with the rest of the village in Tilford, and we'd have a fair. And one of the things was slow bike race. So you have to go as slow as possible until everyone's basically. It's really hard to stay on your bike for that long. So most people just fall off, and whoever gets to the finish line first loses. So whoever gets there last wins. So it was
Okay.
nice to see that again
So
implemented.
so you can't plant your feet on the ground and
No,
stuff,
no,
and you
no,
have
no.
to keep.
You
Okay.
can't plant your feet. No.
Interesting. Maybe we should do this in the mosque,
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't know how many calories will burn though.
I don't think it's the matter of calories anymore. All right. Okay. Yeah. Finally, discussion news. So health data and technology. So the question, so with there is, as you all know, as we go by, technology is advancing rapidly, and especially with health data, is getting more digitized. Now, this provide benefits as well as disadvantages. The benefits of this is because as if by humans, we can only go as far before, and with digital technology, it allows us to get exact figures and measure exact fig data and learn much more about our human body and what's wrong with it than humans can. For example, cancer. To technology, we can detect whether there's cancer or not. However, a normal human cannot actually tell whether a person has cancer or not. We also have machines that can literally analyze a person's brain, regardless of their age, culture, or background, anything. And literally by a flick of neurons, you can measure a million amount of things. However, this also presents a risk. Should we really trust the technology with our health? As you all know, we have kind of smartwatches which monitor your health and monitor your heartbeat and give you advice on uh, health and fitness. But there's a small risk where that data can be wrong. And should we really trust technology? I mean, if you go 100 or 200 years back, we didn't have smartwatches and stuff, and yet we had plenty of people which are really fit and well. So, which really begs the question: do we really need it? Technology to determine our health and lifestyle. Also, what I'd like to mention with technology, as we go more deeper and deeper, the risk, the chances of wrong answer and the impact of it is significantly greater. If a human says someone has a flu, it can get away with it because it's not much of a risk. But if someone say, but if a data comes out as wrong and it shows that someone has cancer, but in fact he doesn't, you could have that person potentially spending 30 years of life, spending thousands of dollars and pounds, only to find out 30 years later that he didn't in fact have cancer and didn't need all this treatment. So what is everyone else's thoughts on this?
Yes, good point actually. Zia, have you got anything to say?
Yes, Brother Sab, about this about the use of technology.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I don't have much knowledge, but I do know that sometimes I just want to get rid of all, because I'm at work on a computer. Then
yeah.
you have Zoom meetings, and sometimes I just want no screens in front of me. Like, you know, that's what I have to say.
But in terms of like going for exercise and tracking how much steps you've done and how much calories you've burned, do you think it's good? Do you think it's a positive step forward for people?
Well, some people are like maniacs about it, and it like proper fitness freaks. I think if you just do well, in generic, I think if you just exercise, I don't think you need to count your steps unless you're like a proper fitness freak and you
Yeah.
know the maths.
Yeah, I know it's catching on. It's like it's trending quite a lot of how many footsteps people are doing, and it does encourage people to just go outside and get gold medals on your apps with your phone or your watch. Like for example, when I went to the hike with you, I tracked it on my watch to see how how many calories I've burned, how long the distance was.
Oh wow.
Then in terms of that, it's quite good that you come back feeling positive that you've completed a sort of target kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it's
but like for
definitely
those
positive.
days, does it show you elevation as well? I believe.
Yeah, it does. It does. Depending on the
No.
setting you put it on.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, once I get an Apple Watch, I'll be there as well.
But yeah, but in terms of computers and stuff, you're not for it.
Yeah.
Not too much. No, it's because I'm always there. So I've just, yeah, like these days, I just put an audiobook on or something and just get away from a screen.
Yeah. And audiobooks, technology as well.
I know, but yeah. Mm.
No,
I-
but in terms of reading your health, it's really, I don't know, I guess it's important in some ways, but it can, like Qasim said, if you give the wrong data, a person can live their whole life, with that trauma in their head that they've got a certain disease which they've never had.
oh.
Yeah,
Which-
and at the same time, the more we give data, there's also the risk of it being leaked to third parties. And the more we digitize our data, the more we give information and make it digitized, the bigger the risk. And if it's getting shared, we're giving away more of our private lives to everyone else
Mm.
or to companies, which potentially is illegal as well.
That's
There's
true.
also that issue.
That's true. Amar, what do you
But-
think?
Sorry. I'm on the same point as what Zaryab said. I mean, if you're going to be that type of person who's going to track your record, your steps, your calories, how many um, even the small cases of how many cups of water you drink and stuff like that.
Mm.
It comes to a point where some people just take it um, over the limit, you can say, and they just take screenshots and posting it on Instagram and what like at the end of the day, it's not going to benefit us. So, for example, if you take a screenshot and you send it over to me and I see on your status, that's not going to benefit me. At the end of the day, keep the information to the way I see it, just to keep your information personal. I mean, the second point I wanted to make was it gave me a example of the app that I was telling you earlier in the month, the one that I downloaded to to lose my little belly. It's,
You had a little belly and you lost that too.
6 packs in 30 days. And I think the media has a big part to play as well in this, because they're trying to force you to you know the way the app is advertised.
Yeah.
One a person will come across the app and think that, okay, in 30 days you actually lose your fat and have a six pack in 30 days,
Yeah.
which is not true. So I mean, in one way is good to try out, be fit, be healthy, do exercise. That's what Hazur has mentioned. I believe Khalifa Rabi has even written a book about it,
Mm.
on how to do exercise. But on the other side, yeah, just don't take screenshots
Yeah.
and keep posting on your
Yeah,
status.
there's definitely that manipulative side to it. Makes you think that you can get this six pack, or you can look like this body, but in reality, it's a lot harder than that. But then I'm quite for it, to be honest. I know there's that whole data protection thing about it as well. But like if you look on, I don't know, Samsung, but Apple, they do a really good thing, especially in cases of emergency. So they have the data, health data on your phone. And on that health data, you can put it onto your lock screen. So if you ever fall into any sort of emergency, or if you're unconscious and someone gets hold of your phone, on the lock screen, there's basically your health data, which they can access, and basically that person can contact your doctor, or they can contact anyone to help them understand what's happened, or what this person's health condition is. So in terms of that as well, like I'm just going through the app now. It's the first time I'm doing it, and you can set up things on your Apple Watch, like set up irregular rhythm notifications. So if your heart if it's picking up irregular beats of your heart, it will tell you your cardio fitness levels, even tell you about if your heart rate is raised a bit. I always get messages saying, take some breaths just to calm down. So there's all of these different types of things as well, which is pretty cool, which kind of dictate how we can how we can live our life as well. So interesting topic, interesting discussion. Qasim, is there anything else that you can cover, positives and negative sides of it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of listed those at the top of my mind, but like as I noticed, as Murgza just said, that it's tracking the heart rate. Now, at the same time, your heart rate is in fact a major thing of your body, because if you have an abnormal heart rate, that means you have a serious issue. So with these technologies and the data, if these technology get something wrong, this the impact of it is actually really really huge. So this one, I mean, if I want to check my pulse, all I need to do is just put my palm out, put my thumb out, and just wait. I mean,
Right.
that's all I need to do. But also, it becomes a little unnecessary. So, like measure heart rate, it becomes a little unnecessary. In stuff like blood pressure, that could be quite useful. But at the same time, if it gives off, if it says your blood pressure is in fact too high, you might go think, oh no, what do I need to do? You might start eating something you're not supposed to, or you might just stop eating, which could be a risk to your health. But that's kind of it, really.
I think, yeah, bottom line is we shouldn't fully rely on technology. We should
Yeah,
also go with our gut instinct, because I think that's how Allah's designed us, so we can go with our how we feel as well. But
yeah,
at the same time, always take professional advice as well if you ever, fall into that kind of situation.
yeah.
Uh,
And this doesn't just go for kind of training and stuff. This also goes back into hospitals when they do surgeries. All this stuff is also happens there as well. And as I mentioned about your brain activities, there's also kind of risk and stuff there as well. But Jazakallah, that's all it, folks. I think it's been quite a while since we saw this last slide. Normally we would just end it after this week with Azure, but you get to see this slide. So Jazakallah, and yeah.
Jazakallah, Jazakallah, really appreciate that. Very interesting conversation, interesting topic. So we're trying to have a variety of different topics every week that we can talk about and learn about. Some of them, even I don't know about, so I have to do my research before we come on. So it's quite interesting. Just before we go to the next bit, I think Amar is going to do the Friday sermon today. Just wanted to show you a small video of this podcast, which is called A Change of Heart. And a change of heart, basically, the video explains it itself. That's my friend Atif Rashid, who's from Islamabad as well, teamed up with the young Imam, who's Sabah Hamidi, who's also my class fellow. So they're basically teamed up to talk about how people have had a change of heart and how people can come together. But I'll play the video now, and then just we'll see how it goes, inshallah. 1 second.
See what religion truly is. And my name's Sabaldin MD. I'm one of Britain's youngest imams.
I'm Atif Rashid, a journalist at the BBC.
And we worked on a podcast called A Change of Heart.
There's no sound.
Yeah, wait, it's just
Oh,
part of the video.
The reason I wanted to create a podcast like this was to tell stories about people who've turned back from hate and really understand why somebody starts hating people, why they turn to extremism, and just tell inspiring stories about how someone can have such a big transformation in their lives.
We worked on this podcast to try and create change in the world, to try and create change within people's hearts, for them to see what religion truly is and what it means to individuals across the world.
It's something that affects everyone and every sphere of life. It's not just in the religious sphere that this is happening. Even like racism after football is a type of extremism. We heard from someone who was radicalized by gaming.
It was very easy for a group of people with an authoritative voice online to persuade me, an autistic young man with not a lot of friends, who was struggling in life at the time that all this started, and whose one sort of special interest in gaming he saw as under threat, to persuade them that all these sorts of radical views were true.
We see so much division within the world in which we live in, simply because people are caught up in the rat race of life. They don't have time to interact. They don't have time to socialize and meet people from different walks of life.
It's everyone's responsibility. The whole society is affected by it, and the whole society has a responsibility to help youngsters and to remove the factors which lead to radicalization. So that's why I was really interested and really keen to understand why it happens.
I had a teenage need to try to save the world, to change the world. And then you realize that, if I do something violent, the media is going to put us on the front page.
And it's so important for people to interact with others from different walks of life so that it broadens their own horizons.
I see diversity as abundance, not reasons to exclude or fight for the same thing. Because, yeah, we're all human. Like, that is just incontrovertible fact.
I wanted to work with Sabah Ahmadi, who's known as the Young Imam, because he's doing great work on social media, online. He's really connecting with the youth and engaging people about, religion and faith. And I thought his words and his works would resonate with people, and it would be perfect for what we're trying to do in this podcast.
So working with the UN on this project has allowed us to go down new avenues, meet new people across the world, and literally hear stories of individuals who have had a change of heart.
Fantastic. Guys, if you're interested in podcasts, if you're interested in how people have changed their life, this is one of the greatest things. One of the things which I really liked is about people being caught up in the rat race of life. I think that's so understandable, especially with young people. They think they don't have time to do anything. If you resonate that into Jamaat stuff, a lot of people make excuses that they can't do this because they have to do this. But I feel like the world just needs to slow down sometimes. I think Zaria will be talking about it as well. Like all the internet, all the social media presence, it makes you feel like you don't have time to do anything. And sometimes that can even come in the way of your religion, your faith. Doing namaz, for example, you feel like, I've got so many things on my head. I want instant pleasure from what I'm doing. And sometimes things that don't give instant pleasure, we put to the back of our schedule and probably leave to the last minute or don't do it at all. So it's quite interesting. Religion is the answer to everything, yet at the same time, we sometimes feel like we don't have time for it. So yeah, it's interesting debate, interesting conversation. Zira, would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely, Murabbi. I think there's just so much to do, especially like the worldly society. Friday night they want to go out, Saturday night they want to go out, they want to go on holidays, they want to go work. They just, it's just a rat race.
Yeah,
trying to do everything, especially social media. It's just like, you see something and you want to do it too.
Yeah, I think it's really important, especially with us young guys, growing up in this society. Our parents didn't have that. They had a much slower life. They could think of, they can do things. They were probably more social than us in terms of being out there all the time. Didn't have all these distractions. But we're living a totally different ball game, and we don't know what effect is happening on us right now until later on in our life. And we'll see it. Whether that's positive or negative, we'll see. But as long as we hold on to what the Ahmadiyyat has taught us, and as long as we're not forgetting about it, then the next generation will definitely be saved. And if we forget about them now, it's going to be so difficult for them to grow up in the same society, probably even worse one, we don't know, and have those same values. So it's really important, guys, just to hold on to that, hold on to your prayers, and make sure you carry on doing them, because those are the things that are going to get us through this fast life that we're living in right now. Inshallah. Jazakallah. Some more video I wanted to show you guys. We'll just move on to the next thing now of the Friday sermon, and then at the end we have a small Kahoot as well. So we'll play the Friday sermon now. I think Umar, it's on you. Did you get the presentation?
Yeah.
So let's go with that. Another series of Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Anhu. So we'll listen to that now by Umar. Jazakallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So Friday sermon summary. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Ayyadullah Ta'ala ibn Sahil Aziz said that he would continue to highlight the life of Hazrat Umar Radhiyallahu Anhu. He was a Khalifa for 10.5 years. During his time, various countries and regions were conquered, such as Syria, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Armenia, if I said that right, and Oz, Oze, 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 Azerbaijan, if I said that right as well, etc. During the era of his Khilafat, Hazrat Umar Rizallahu anhu accompanied the Muslim army on all expeditions through, though he would not take part in the battle itself, but he would provide guidance through the commanders and would communicate with the soldiers through letters. Hazrat Umar would say that he would pray for the victories of the Muslim army during his prayers. History records that during a battle with the Persians, Hazrat Abu Bakr anhu fell ill. At this time, Hazrat Abu Bakr summoned Hazrat Umar anhu and told him that he was soon going to pass away. Thus, he instructed that as soon as he passes away, Hazrat Umar anhu should announce to the Muslims that they should go out for jihad and that his demise should not cause any delay in carrying out of their duties. Thus, after the demise of Hazrat Abu Bakr anhu and subsequently becoming the Khalifa, Hazrat Umar anhu delivered a powerful speech encouraging the Muslims to undertake jihad. It is recorded that 1,000 people came forward and presented their names to be part of the army going to Iraq. By the time this army reached Iraq, it is recorded that the army had grown to 5,000. Hazrat Khalifatul Masih bin Aziz narrated about the Battle of Namarek that took place in 13th year Hijri. During this battle, the Iranian commander Jaban was captured. However, his captor did not recognize him, and so after Jaban gave him some expiation, he was released. Later, he was recaptured. However, when Hazrat Abu Ubaid, who was commanding the Muslim army, learned that Jaban had already been captured and released once. He said that it would be inappropriate for them to keep him captive after he had already given an expiation and been released. This exhibited the high moral conduct of the Muslim army. The Battle of Jisr also took place in 13th Hijri, when the Muslims defeated the Persians. It is recorded that the Muslim army numbered 10,000, while the Persians were much more. There was a river that delayed the battle. Subsequently, there was a bridge built over the river which is why this is known as the Battle of Jisr. As the Muslims were initially winning the battle, the Persian commander commanded the elephants to charge forward, which caused great chaos and scattered their ranks. The Persians continued their attack, due to which various Muslim commanders were also martyred. Upon hearing of this, Hazrat Umar anhu gathered the people of Medina and suggested that he should go to battle as a commander. However, Hazrat Ali anhu advised against this. Thus, Hazrat Umar anhu sent Hazrat Saad anhu towards Jisr with an army. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah, mashallah. Tried keeping it shorter than Huzur's speech.
Words there.
Yeah, man, a lot of words. Huzur covers so many things. Also, one of the things which Huzur mentioned at the end was the passing away of Fateh Abdul Salam. Did you guys remember him?
I heard him read his janaza.
Yeah, but do you know who he is?
Maybe by face. Have you got a picture of him?
If you guys see his face, you'll definitely know.
What's like it? And
Do you guys remember that there was someone during Huzur's speeches in Jalsa and stuff, he just randomly stands up, Arab guy, and he starts saying Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Oh
La
yeah.
ilaha
yeah,
illallah." Remember him? So he basically passed, he's the one that passed away. Try and find a picture of
the
him.
one who does that in UK just as well, right?
Yeah. He's done it everywhere.
Oh,
Like what a way to remember
I
him.
can't recall him. I can't.
I'm trying to find yeah, I don't know if I can find it.
if you want, I can try and find it for you.
Yeah, his name's Fateh Abdul Salam. He's on MTA Arabiya most of the time. He's Egyptian. But they were talking about him and his love for Khilafat was like proper crazy. And
Why are we suddenly losing people? We had like 8 people, now we suddenly have 5.
people are busy, innit? The rat race.
Rabbi Saab, is that the one who was in the electoral for the qualifier as well? Pardon? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do you remember his face?
Yeah. How do I describe it without being? He wasn't skinny.
No, he's not. He's not like that. It wasn't him.
Can you guys see?
Yeah. Do you find it? Yeah. This is...
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
والحمد لله كثيرا وسبحان الله العظيم وبحمده بكرة وأصيلا.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Chalo. Yeah, that's it. Basically, it's a massive personality amongst the Ahmadi Arabs. So I think it was a massive loss. My father-in-law as well was with him in Qadian, and Huzur was basically talking about how Fatah Abdul Salam, he loved Qadian so much because it was the land of the prophets. And the day he was leaving, he was crying and he was praying to Allah that, Allah, I don't want to leave the land of this prophet, but I have to. And that very same day, or that night when they were about to leave, something happened with the flights and it basically got delayed. So it was like his prayers got answered that he was able to stay there for a few more days. So it's quite amazing. Tiga, always remember these guys, whoever Zul mentions, so much to learn from them. Tiga, I think we'll play Kahoot now. I think definitely we'll all be in the top 5. Dana, should we load it up? Dana, how you doing? How's everything in Birmingham West?
Missing you, Mr.
Sure. Are people doing namaz, yeah? Just let me know.
Yeah.
There are people doing namaz.
Is it Anwar Saab?
He tried to get Hakan to do it the day before yesterday, but he said he couldn't. He came for Isha, said he can't do it. And last night, he didn't do it as well.
So all the guys who can do it for Tarawih, but he can't do it every day.
Trying to get the K-Nights attendance up in from our Jamaat.
Yeah, we need to, yaar. I need to.
I'm trying, like, I don't know why people just don't attend it.
Yeah, I was telling regional guide sub as well, trying to get him on. He used to come on quite regularly.
Yeah.
Have you been talking to him?
No, not with RQ.
He's disappeared, man.
I speak to RA now.
He's your boy, innit?
Yeah, he's a good lad. We have so many debates. Like, what was the debate the other day? Yeah, we just have a lot of debates.
Oh. But you guys, Anas is German, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need his help. There's basically a young guy who's he contacted me saying he's been studying about Ahmadiyyat. He converted to Islam a few years ago, but now he wants to become an Ahmadi. So he lives in. It's funny you mentioned Gloucestershire at the beginning, Zaryab, because he lives there, but he works in Birmingham. So he comes to Birmingham every day. So he's basically contacted me and said, "You're the closest city to me, and I'm really
Oh
interested in
wait,
becoming an Ahmadi."
I think there's one element of K9 I forgot to mention. I think it might come in cahoot.
Okay.
Uh, for the COVID figures actually, 45 million people that we vaccinate. That's actually about 87% of the population.
Okay.
And for the second dose, the people who have had second dose, that's like 60 something percent of the population. 65% of the population have had their second dose as well.
Is that the answer? Yeah.
Let's see what Danya Bhai did with it.
Oh man, I already forgot what you said.
At least I'll make you on the podium.
Yeah, that's what I care about.
I think the challenge here is who can
Are you
come
waiting for more
first.
people?
Oh wait, I think we only have 5, so we only
Yeah.
get
Oh
4.
no, you can't join.
Yeah, okay, let's start then.
Gareth.
I've only got the one device, so I'll be skipping through the screens.
Don't worry,
Daniel, by
you're
you-
winning before you even started.
You should just log in on your own phone or something.
Yeah,
One of
no.
the answers right then, isn't it?
Uh,
That's gonna be
You think
filmed.
it's high?
Yeah, but Zaria, make sure we
Something
create
was
that guy.
called as sandcastle. What's the height of the world? I think this was in K News last week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, Qasim did this one.
Yeah.
Still half us got wrong. Oi, Zaria,
Including
mate.
me.
Just a guess, nothing else.
Same.
What is the translation of the verse on the Jamati flag?
Oh,
Who knows what's on the Jamati flag?
You have to show it first.
I think it's gonna come up on one of the.
Yeah, I think it's the Badr one. Guys, choose it.
Yeah, it is the better one. Mashallah.
That's why the yeah.
You kind of gave me the answer right there, just saying. That's the only reason I got it right.
I just remember the moon and just remember Badr.
What percentage of the population have
my
had?
God.
Oh no, got it wrong.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so glad I did it. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the
That's why you said 60 something before.
Yeah, 67% is the second dose. This is the first dose.
Oh.
I wrote the questions down, so yeah.
Which money was raised in 10K games?
Oh, I know this one too.
Of course you did it.
Yes, common.
Come on, lads.
23,000.
Yeah,
Let's
23,000.
put this up if you're listening.
It's coming, Grumsy.
Oh man, I'm coming
Oh,
last.
my God.
Last thing you should be coming first.
What does Al-Kawthar mean in the Quran? Abundance of wealth, prophethood, a complete book, or abundance of every kind of good.
Oh, one person got it right.
Come on, lads.
Qasim, you missed out on a very important headline on K News when all the Wembley fans they tried to enter the stadium.
Oh no, I didn't actually.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it, so.
I thought he said I didn't actually leave it out.
Yeah. I couldn't find it. There was one about the racial abuse, and there have been 5 arrests for the racial abuse against the players.
I was watching a TikTok video of a guy who he catched the train from Midlands to London, and he
ran like 2 minutes or something.
No, he bought a high waist coat, acting as a spirit, and he got into the pitch to watch the game. He's a legend.
Try next time.
Let's continue. Who was the last emperor of India before the British rule started?
Well, my name's.
Dang it, this is like 7.
Charles
Oh, no guy, right?
Who was Shah Zafar?
I've never heard of it. It sounds like a restaurant on Adam Rock.
Yeah.
Or Bradford.
Sounds like a restaurant.
Who did England beat in the quarterfinals of the Euros?
Quarterfinals.
The country was too busy building sandcastles to worry about winning.
Huh?
What? No, it's Denmark.
No, Denmark was semi.
Germany was
semi.
last.
Quarterfinal.
Germany was last.
Messed up.
Mashallah, Zaria.
Oh yeah.
Zaria, I'm smashing it.
Quran was revealed in how many years? I mean, over a period of how many years? 23.
Oi. Everyone's getting it right.
MashaAllah.
Wow, that one question.
Most widely eaten fish in the world? Cod, shrimp, tuna, or herring?
Oh,
When
I like
who
fish.
eats
as well.
herring? Who eats
Who
herring?
who eats herring?
Yeah, what's herring in Urdu?
I don't. None of us eat herring.
Yeah,
Machi.
Roo, yeah.
Just
You
that's
stated,
what-
you say
that's
it.
what- that's what Google said.
In Bangladesh, it's a different answer. They're like hutki.
That sounds like a.
Who is England playing against today?
And
Wait, what's today?
Pakistan, Czech Republic, Wales, or Italy?
Well, like cricket.
Who is or who was?
Any sport?
Oh my god! Just basically go with 1 week back.
I don't even know.
Pakistan
What?
against England today.
Yeah, but like, what is it? Cricket?
What sport?
hockey?
Avoid that question, please. What
Yeah,
sport?
Right, better questions.
Tell me which sport, please.
They could be playing gully danda.
Yeah. Kabaddi, badi.
Well, how was the game? The game was really good, man.
Yeah, mashallah.
Oh my
Mashallah.
god, I'm actually fourth.
They played in Birmingham, didn't they?
Yeah.
Edge pass.
Wow.
England.
One of them did
Is that guy
150.
Pakistani, by the way? That Muhammad guy, the bowler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's Pakistani.
Saqib Ahmed.
yeah,
He was enjoying getting them out.
yeah. He was like, "You got your freshies."
Who was the first one to leave atmosphere? Richard Gordon, Yuri Gagarin, Elon Musk, or Neil Armstrong?
Huh?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Chose Neil Armstrong. Come on, man.
No, that he went to the moon. This guy left the atmosphere first.
What's Elon Musk trying to do? Trying to
Trying to make
Habitat.
Just make Elon Musk wants to make space travel possible. That's what he wants.
He wants to make a city on Mars.
a hotel.
No, he doesn't want. That's like a later thing.
Okay, third last question. Which molecule does the COVID-19 antibody affect? I'm not sure what these say. It was Qasim's idea to add this.
It's from a protein, yeah. Pea protein.
Oh wow, people actually got it wrong.
Like Pfizer.
Yeah, no. Oh my.
Yes,
I'm very
Murabbi
sorry.
Saab, what a lead.
Come on, lads.
Another code that is better than 1,000 months, 1,000 weeks, 1,000 days, or 1,000 nights.
Oi.
What? What? Everyone just go nice.
Just months. Oh my god.
How did you get
Is
that
it right?
I do. I regretted this straight after.
No. If in this case, the only possible right thing is that Daniel Bhai wrote it wrong. Daniel
No,
Bhai is
Google
wrong.
it.
Wait,
No, it's
the correct answer
1,000
is-
months. It's definitely 1,000 months.
He's like, no, Google it.
Qasim's blaming me for something other than that. Okay, let's carry on.
At least
Last
I got it wrong.
most played game of all time. GTA 5, Candy Crush, PUBG, or Minecraft.
Oh wait, it's Candy Crush. What?
PUBG? Really?
What?
Yeah,
No.
it was the most played.
PUBG?
Wow.
Candy
What
Crush
even
has
is
been like
PUBG?
10 years.
It's
How is
player
PUBG the
unknown,
most played game?
PUBG is like mobile COD.
Yeah, it's player
Oh.
unknown battlegrounds.
Yeah.
Well, that makes no
Oh.
sense. Like PUBG is not even on the list. Like Minecraft, League of Legends, those are the most played games.
Just 'cause Qasim, you
And this
don't-
is just Daniel by being just he just wants PUBG to get no. He's just being
Oh,
salty.
you dropped, man.
Two voided questions, man. I wouldn't. Yeah. Chalo.
Woman,
Can't
woman.
even
Well, we
complain.
got so
Nine,
many
nine,
wrong
nine.
in this.
MashaAllah, Bissau.
I want to get 6
Mashallah, Murabbi Saab, leading by example.
Zakir Daniel. Even after 2 weeks, you still made 14 questions.
One question a day.
Oh, brilliant, guys. Jazakallah. Inshallah, I'll see you guys sometime soon. Eid coming up, guys. Wednesday. Inshallah.
Murabbi Saab, where are you then if you're not in the... Sorry, Murabbi.
I came from my brother just got married yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mashallah.
Coming back tomorrow, inshallah, guys.
Mashallah.
Inshallah.
Rabbi Sir, when I would actually do gatherings again?
I don't know. Let's wait till the. I don't know. Are you guys going to Jalsa?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had any invitation, so I'm probably not.
Yeah, just wait. They're doing like 4,000 people a day. So those people who aren't going Jalsa, they're going to do it in the mosque. So everyone
Yeah.
will congregate at the mosque to watch it.
Oh,
Also,
okay.
I'm not really sure what the rules are, especially for those doing duty. So it's like I have no idea.
People on duty don't count as the 4,000.
Yeah.
So
Because they
that's
can't go in. Innit?
yeah.
What was half of the staff is on duty? Half of the people are on
That's what I'm
duty.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be a lot more than 4,000.
Yeah, but if you do a duty at the park, then we're not allowed to go. We need a different pass for that.
I'm gonna just do like that guy in the Euros where Hive is smoking.
Access all areas.
Yeah, it's gonna be a different feeling, but chalo, let's see how it goes. You
Mm.
guys usually car park duty, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing tabligh duty, so I think it might be the first time for me to do.
Oh, are they playing now?
Yeah,
Huh?
Pakistan's on 139 for no loss. Babar Azam's doing really good again, mashallah.
Who's this Babar Azam guy? He sounds like a.
He's the
Babar
captain.
They call him
Babar
the.
Azam's, really good.
Look at that. What's he on 76?
Alright,
They've
Slam,
got
come
another
on,
Babar.
I'm gonna go.
Are they chasing
Jazakallah.
now?
No, they're playing first.
Oh, it's 2020, right?
Yeah, T20.
They've got a name for Babar Azam. What's it called?
I want you to go to the Old Trafford game. And then next week.
Where are they playing today? Where are they playing Birmingham again?
No, they're not. I think it's Nottingham or something.
Nottingham.
Probably no idea.
Who did you go with?
Sophia and Haris.
Sophia. They're cricket fans, aren't they?
How much were the tickets?
Yeah, how much were the tickets?
We paid 47.
47.
Mash. Oi.
Kamara.
What a
Babar.
Yeah, Bab.
MashaAllah.
Because he's gonna score a century again.
Pakistani fans are the best.
Are you going to go to any more, Danny?
If they do an Edgbaston, then yeah, probably.
Can you
I
let
think
me
Pakistani fans are the only fans that they can love the country the most and also hate them the most. Is it not true?
Yeah, it is. Because soon as they want to. Yeah, sorry, Bob.
Yeah, I remember once in one, I think it was World Cup or it was a T20, like when they lost the game, they're like full on riot in Pakistan, like smashing TVs and everything.
Yeah, they broke the TVs.
Yeah, the guy was crying. He was like, they had ice cream last night and they were having dessert and he was crying on camera. He's like, Kal raat ne ice cream khai hai, burger khai hai.
Oh.
Yeah, but when they win, they don't mention those things.
Yeah.
The fielding is a bit shocking though, I'm not gonna lie. I was seeing it. They're like 2 yards off the pace. I don't know if that's because England are too good for Pakistan at this point. Hello boys, enjoy the match. Inshallah catch you guys later.
He got himself.
Take care.